Thanks for staying tuned. This is still iBrandTV, and it's time to talk money on the show, talking about our money motivation segment. Today we'll be reviewing rather, the art of script writing as well as content creation. And joining us to discuss this is Ofana John, who is a content creator as well as a script writer. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Thank you so,
I don't like something updated.
thank you so much for joining us on
And
the show.
thank you very much.
Yes.
It's nice being here.
Okay, let's start from the basic. For those who do not understand, what's content creation?
So you can look at it from different lights. Content creation is art of creating art or something artistic. Might be artistic, might not be, but it's the art of creating from scratch something that is appealing to an audience or something that speaks to a particular target market. Yeah, that's basically content creation in a nutshell.
Okay, so now let's look at generating income from content creation. Is it a thing of passion or a thing you could just do just for the sake of the money?
To be honest, if you really actually want to go far with content creation, I feel it has to do with passion.
Okay. Passion, but passion doesn't bring about money immediately now. So there's a building period, there's a building phase, right?
Yeah, there has to be a phase. You have to actually grow from content.
Okay, are you there?
Okay,
Well, I think he was
I
talking
think
about being
yes,
growing the
brain, but the
phase.
passion has to drive,
Yeah.
the skill or of content creation. And I would like him to actually speak on that.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Please, if you're there, go on. You have the floor.
All right. Yeah, I can hear you. Can
Okay.
you repeat your question, please?
Oh right, yeah. You were the one talking about there has to be a phase. It has to start from passion. Then there has to be a phase. So you were just talking about that before the network interrupted.
Yeah, yeah. As I was saying, once you have a passion for a definite part of art and you want to create in that particular line, your passion forces you to create, and thereby in return helps you to make money at the long run. But you have to have that passion because that's what keeps you going. Because at the very end, if you do not have a passion for it, you burn out. And when you burn out, you lose your creativity. And if you lose your creativity, the money you are chasing would not come at the long run. So you actually have to have this passion and find a way to monetize this passion. I think that's the basic concept of content creation, looking at it financially.
Okay, talking about content creation, that those are of the opinion that it's restricted to, making like skits or short videos that would address whatever message you're trying to pass across. Is it just limited to visuals, or you can also have your audios from your podcast, or short writings in terms of content writing?
I like to think of content creation as something that is very diversified and unique.
Okay.
You don't have to limit it to either visual or audio. It could be you just deciding not to speak. I don't know if you know about this famous influencer, this
Yep.
guy that just does this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see without audio, he communicates, and that is on his own niche, and it's creating content. You are laughing, ain't you? And he's doing this genuinely without audio, just visuals. Same thing, you can actually create content like podcasts with your voice. If you are camera shy, some people are actually not, and still they decide to communicate through podcast. You can go ahead to pursue making TikTok videos, Instagram reels. You can communicate and you can create your content through photography. You can do skits like you have stated. So all these fall under the umbrella of content creation, and virtually you can see that people actually are getting paid from this stuff. And if you discover that you actually have a talent or something that you can actually pass across and people will be genuinely happy, or you can make people laugh effortlessly, then I think you should pursue it.
All right, now let's look about. Now you've talked about the content creation aspect. Let's talk about the script writing. Writing, some people do not even like to write, but then they could also. Now there have been different because of technology. There are different ways you can actually tell a story or write something without having to use the actual pen and paper. So now, what really is the business in script writing? Did you get that? I think
Okay, I think the network is being friendly, it must be said. But I understand where he's coming from, and the question you asked is a very vital one. Script writing, how does it
what,
entail?
yeah, really.
What does it entail rather, and how can one make money from it? Because script writing again is diversified. There's the place of screenwriting, which has to do with.
Hello,
Are you there, John?
are you there?
Yes, I am. I am.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Did you get
Yes.
I can did you get my question, please?
I got it. I got it.
All right, please go on.
All right. So as I was saying, from your question, the first thing you stated is that lot of people don't like writing.
Yeah. Or some people rather. I think there's a bit of network issues again, but as we go on, if you can hear me or if if the network is restored, please do well to notify us and come back to join the conversation. So, but then what I should have said probably, some people do not like to write. Me, for an instance, I think having to hold a paper and a pen, writing for long, it's very tasking. But I can type for a long time. So with that, but then the business in script writing, you need to having the market. That's what I was trying to ask him. The market, people need to know this guy, this lady is talented in this aspect, to be able to trust your story, to use your story, and of course, work with your story. So you could have a script writer. Are you back, please? Hello? I think he's back.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Please go on.
All right. So there's a popular quote that if you actually want to hide something from a black man, you hide it in a book.
Maybe I
don't
don't
know if
agree
you've
with
heard
that
that.
quote anyway, but then let's just go on.
Well,
That was before.
So yeah, that was before. So the concept of writing it's very tricky. No, most people are born with the talent to write, and some people actually take courses to learn how to write. Now, script writing, like Samson mentioned, it's broadly divided. You can have screenplay, you can have screenwriting, and the rest. But majorly, when I started writing, I figured that it was a talent because I never was an art student. I didn't take any art related course in school. But then I figured that I actually did have this talent. And then I was looking for a way to, how do I actually amplify this talent? Because I noticed I was very good at poetry, writing poetry. But then I wanted more. I wanted to do more. And I figured that I actually had this creative mind. Now, the thing about writing is you have to know how to tell a story. If you can tell a story, then you can write. And if you can write, that means you can actually sell it. So you could write for commercials, you could write for advertorials, you could write movies, you could write skits. You could also write, there are ghostwriters for songs. So like I said, you have to look for what you know how to do and find that niche, and you follow it. If you notice that you're very good at writing words that rhyme, you could probably become a ghostwriter. That is if you don't want to sing. But if you have the talent for singing also, you could go for that.
But then
and you can write your own song.
Sorry to butt in. Now, someone who is a writer can, if I want to be a writer or I am a writer, can I be a master of all? A jack of all and also a master of all, because at the place of writing for screen, writing for of course writing a show script, writing a play script, a play production script, writing, a couple of things. So can someone be a master of all as a good writer?
To be honest, I think you can try. You can try, but it will get a little bit conflicting because at the very end you would have to pick one favorite.
Oh. Okay, you have to become favorite. Interesting.
Okay, let's look at screenwriting as against script writing. Again, we talked about script writing as being, diversified, very broad. Can you kindly differentiate for the layman watching us the difference between screenwriting and script writing and the business opportunities therein?
Screenwriting screenwriting is more professional. It's like you're writing a movie. You have to give steps. I don't know if you've been opportune to see a movie script.
Yeah.
If you've been opportune to see a movie script like Netflix standard or our local movies or international movies that you get to see, you would see a particular way in which they are highlighted and broken down in a certain kind of font. That is typically screenwriting. It has to be detailed. It passes across the messages to the actors and to the directors. Once they read their scripts, they understand what they have to do. So screenwriting is a more detailed version of script writing. The script writer can just probably piece an idea through storytelling and everybody would understand that. But a screenwriter has to break it down and make it more professional so that if the director or the actor gets to read that particular script, they understand immediately what they have to do. So that's just basically the difference.
Okay. For all of these talks, what would be the cost of trying to become a professional script writer or screenwriter for someone who is aspiring
Now
to delve into that?
it depends on the part you find yourself. If you
Okay.
are versatile in writing commercials, you could start looking at one thing I would recommend is you have to know people in the media, and I'm talking about cinematographers because they are the ones that actually get the gigs. So once they actually have let's say a shoot to actually get pass across a particular message publicly, basically let's say like we're trying to do commercials, yeah,
Okay.
they would need a script writer to write maybe the voiceovers, or you write a script that will tell the story for that particular commercial, and that's where you come in. If you know how to actually pass across a message using your talents, then definitely you can actually charge based on your experience and your level. Yeah, you have to grow. You
Okay.
just don't wake up one day and decide to charge like 200,000 naira.
Yep. Hello, John. Are you there?
Can hear you. Can you
Oh,
hear me?
okay. Yes, I can. For a few seconds, I couldn't hear you, but you have the flow. Kindly share.
Okay. All right. So, like I was saying, you have to go step by step. Once
Okay.
you notice that you are strong on this particular script writing job, then you probably can build more. So let's say, but when I first started out, I'll be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
When I started out, my first script job was for 70,000 naira,
Okay.
and I was writing for a resort, just a voiceover resort campaign. That's what I did, and yeah, I charged that, and yeah, from then I've grown. You understand? Conversantly, now in the market, you
Mm-hmm.
could actually get paid for the range of 200 to 500,
Per
depending on
script,
the
is it
allocation of the budget. Yes,
per script or for the contract?
for the particular script you're
Oh,
writing for, depending on the budget that
okay.
you the video is being shot for. That's why I said you have to be together with a cinematographer, because once the budget for the video is assigned, you would know what you're actually expected to do, and from then you can actually charge appropriately.
Okay. Let's look at this. I mean, you said you started off with 70,000. Did you have to go through any training? Probably professional courses here and there. And what was the cost for someone who, wants to actually throw your line?
I mentioned earlier, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually talented with it. I noticed I was talented with it, yeah.
Okay.
So I wanted to build on it. I needed to build on it. I felt like this talent is just going to waste if I don't pursue it. So it was my passion, but I had to find a way to amplify it. So I decided to take courses. I don't want to do any free ads, but
Yeah.
I just have to do this particular one. There's this I'm trying to remember the class I took. I took some classes on Udemy,
Okay.
and I also took yeah, particularly my favorite is Skillshare. I took some courses on Skillshare,
What was the
and the courses
cost?
on Skillshare really I actually paid. I actually took like 5 different classes, and
Okay.
each was for like the minimum was for 5,000.
Oh,
That was
okay.
the minimum.
So that's
Yeah.
with
Okay.
so with roughly 20,000 or 30,000, an aspiring
Yeah, I
writer
was.
can.
There. Yeah, I want to hit on that. They were on
Okay.
promo also when I took
Oh,
that
okay.
course.
Okay.
So in case it doesn't tally, you understand.
They would understand.
So
Yeah.
I had to wait for a perfect time. Then they were
Key
doing
into
like
it.
slash,
Okay.
yes, on their courses. So I did key into that,
So in other
and I
words,
went
with
for it.
with less than 50 or 70,000 thereabouts, one can acquire the necessary skills from these various tutorials or
Yes, you
trainings.
can.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Now for you, you realized you had the skill and you built on your skill. So there was already an added advantage. You just had to build on the skill. For instance, someone does not have the skill at all, does not have the what I use it, talent, and just likes to write. Probably wants to earn the figure that you just mentioned, 500,000 for a script. I think that's a lot. So how
That's
can
that 500,000 naira for a script is when you're doing like Netflix standard. You're doing like
okay,
screenwriting. Yeah,
okay.
that's what you should
All right.
look at.
But then
Yeah.
it can also be a passive income because you can still be having, you can still write because you can have your regular job and then add this to your regular job, right? So now let's talk about how about someone wants to enhance the person's skills and does not have the skill and just wants to build on it just to have this as a passive income? What are the steps to be taken?
Okay, first things first, do you have a liking to writing? To be honest, I feel if you want to be real with yourself, you should probably have a passion for writing. It helps at the long run because it gets weary. Sometimes you get faced with how do I create this particular thing that they're asking me to do. Instead, you're presented with a particular idea, and now you have to make that idea to become a reality. So if you don't have the passion to mentally beat yourself to actually get this, you might get weary.
Okay.
So the
Passion
talent
comes
helps,
first. Okay.
passion comes first. Then you have to work on taking courses. You have to, make researches and see which is more appealing to you. Do you want to be in the line of commercials? Do you want to do advertorials? Do you want to go strictly into movies? Do you want to write for skits? So you have to know which really begs to you. And from there, you take courses relating to that. Then you have to go and look for professionals in the field. To be honest, you have to have mentors. You understand? You have to look at people and like, okay, I want to be like this person. Now, the key thing in Nigeria is that a lot of script writers are not known. You
Yeah.
know, before you get to know script writers, it's like, how would I put it?
Rocket science,
It's
or
like
it takes
looking
a long
for,
time.
and it takes a long time before you get to see someone saying, okay, hi, I'm a script writer. And most times when cinematographers or videographers make videos, most times they don't tag their script writer, or basically they don't even exist on social media. So you have to do a detailed research to like, okay, who was in charge of this script? So you have to find these people, and if you find them and you are able to have a conversation with them, they'll probably guide you more on the right path.
Okay,
So
talking
I feel
about
these steps.
okay, let's talk
Go
about
ahead.
content creation one more time, just as we hit on coast on this one. Talking about content creation, how for those who want to
Are you
delve
there,
into it,
please?
pardon?
Okay,
Can
I
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you now. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I said let's talk about content creation. I know we talked about it earlier, but as we hit on coast on this, I need us to address it as well.
I think you're breaking up.
Oh, okay. Probably the network being friendly in that sense. But can you hear me now? Am I audible enough?
Hello, are you there?
Okay. So, content creation. We've spoken extensively
Okay.
about script writing. Content creation. What's the cost of delving into it? For those who are at
I
home,
think network is
okay, I
having
think
a bit
the
of an
network is
issue.
a bit friendly.
Well, you can hear us. That means the network is
Yes,
crappy at the moment.
but
Yeah.
he has spoken extensively on the
Script
cost about
writing.
script writing, how to go about it, how much you can make, and all of that, and various trainings you can
Yeah.
have for it. For content creation as well, I'm looking at someone who is a creative, has an idea of certain contents he or she wants to churn out on a regular basis. What would be the process? It just goes beyond opening a social media account and
Yeah,
then
and posting
posting.
things.
Is there like a particular training you have to go through, especially for those who want to act in terms of skits and what have you? The visual aspect, you probably need to maybe not necessarily go to a film
Yeah.
school, but at least have
They have the
rudiments.
idea. Yeah, they have the
So
basic idea.
ideas. I would really like him to. Hello, John.
Yeah, I'm back. I can hear you
Okay,
guys now.
am I quite
I lost
audible?
you guys for a minute. Yes, you are.
Oh,
Okay,
so
thank you.
quickly.
So I asked earlier, I said, what's the cost of delving into content creation for someone who is a creative, has the ideas of certain contents he wants to churn out, but what will be the process or the procedure before delving into content creation itself?
Please, we have 30 seconds for this
basically-
question. If please,
Yep.
we don't have so much
Alright.
time. Just yeah.
That's fine. I think it's very paramount that you actually own a smartphone. We're in a smart world right now.
Okay.
We're in a technology world. That's like basically if you can't afford to get a professional camera, you should at least own a smartphone. With a smartphone, you can get to create the kind of content you want to create. Once you found out, okay, this is the way I want to work, and definitely your phones would definitely assist you. You could get a tripod, which is very paramount. You could get ring lights. We are in the age of TikTok and Instagram. You understand? If you can if you can find a way to make your content within seconds or or minutes. That's like a bonus for you. Then we can talk about YouTube, where you can do it more professionally. That is, if you actually own a DSL, and you can pick up from there. But it's very paramount that you do actually have a smartphone. And this way, and this age where iPhones actually do assist a lot, most videos that people shoot are done on iPhones. So you could see that that's
That's
like
a free
a very
advert
big
there.
helping hand.
Yeah, you're doing a free advert actually for the product. But then we understand you, and well, I think we don't have so much time to go, so we understand the point you're trying to make. That a need to own a smartphone, a need to post, a
Yeah.
need to have a tripod stand, the ring light, and many other basic things you need to create good content. Emphasis on good content. So, thank you so much
Yes.
for being on the show. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. You could actually check out my Instagram handle at LoveJohn. It's spelled
Okay.
LoveJohn.
All
That's
right.
on Instagram, Twitter, and also you could check me out on LinkedIn.
All right.
At
Very well
College.
noted. Thank you so much and have an
Yeah.
amazing day.